Yeah, good morning, everybody. It's about 3 minutes to 7 o'clock. It's Tuesday morning, September 13th, 2011. You know, I was watching, watching and listening, uh, excuse me, listening to an audio portion of the Pro Wrestling Talk, Jaydub's Pro Wrestling Talk blog talk radio show that he posted on September 11th, 9/11, if you will. And the topic that they had on there was Beth and Natalya, Divas of Salvation. Now, the first thing that got me was the title, because it made me wonder what they meant by Divas of Salvation, and it kind of occurred to me that I think I know exactly what they're talking about when it comes to Divas of Salvation for the WWE Divas division. Excuse me for a second. Sorry if it's a little out of focus here. Trying to get the camera focused. Here we go. And I apologize for that background. That's a bus in the background, picking up a kid from a house across the street. But like I said, the title was what really got me. Excuse me if I'm getting up every now and then. I gotta check my camera for a second. Okay, everything seems to be going right. But like I said, the title of Divas of Salvation kind of got me a little bit, and it made me think exactly, what everybody's been thinking ever since this whole Beth Phoenix and Natalya heel turns have been, since these heel turns from, I guess, Beth and Natalya, have occurred. A lot of people have been wondering exactly what does this all mean. Well, apparently the WWE is going with a storyline where Natalya and Beth, I guess out of a bit of jealousy, but also out of the fact that, they're sick and tired of the Divas division being disrespected. Basically, the storyline is, I think, with Beth and Natalya, is Beth and Natalya want to bring some respect back to the Divas division. They want to bring respect back to the division, as well as, I guess, generally just bring wrestling back, competition back to the Divas division. Now, some people obviously like this storyline because it's probably the most interesting thing that the Divas division's got going right now. But let me ask you this. Where exactly are they going to be heading with this? That's the question. Where's the ultimate finish line? Well, apparently I think the ultimate finish line is going to be WrestleMania with what many are hoping will happen, and that being Karma, Awesome Kong, versus Beth Phoenix. That's what everybody's hoping that it leads towards. But, then again, we really don't know if it's going to lead in that direction. I hope it does, because that's a matchup I'd like to see at WrestleMania. But, what's going on, obviously, with this whole Divas division storyline and Beth and Natalya being in the position they're in, not only does it give them more airtime and give them some spotlight, if you will, that many feel they deserve, and I'm in agreement with it, but I guess in a way they're trying to do in my opinion, I think they're trying to do a Divas-like shoot storyline involving Beth, Natalya, Kelly, Eve, and whoever else is involved. I mean, when they did that whole article they did on WWE.com, where the person of the article blasted the Divas division and asked if maybe Beth and Natalya were here to try to save it, a lot of the Divas, according to what many people heard, went online on Twitter.com and basically defended themselves. Now I will admit that Nikki Bella, or Nikki Garcia, whatever her name is, had no right to say that they're better than the Divas of the past. Because, you know, I'll give Kelly credit. I'll give Kelly all the credit in the world. She's doing the best she can. She's going out there and she's busting her ass every night. True, it may be what I call OJTing on the job. Well, she's doing it, but she's doing it. I mean, they even had some of the male superstars, some of the alumni that probably going to rejoin the roster real soon as well, commenting on the fact that it doesn't matter how good these girls are, they're doing the best they can every night, night in and night out, day in and day out, 24/5 if you will, or 24/7, or 24/5, whatever. They're doing the best they can. So, you know, you can't judge them for not being on the same level, experience-wise, and in-ring, you know, wrestling skill-wise, as a Beth Phoenix and as a Natalya. You can't expect them to be like that. You got to give them time. They're doing the best they can. But again, I will say that Nikki Bella did not have any right to say what she did by saying, hey, we're better than the Divas of the past. Because they're not. No one is ever going to be better than Trish Stratus. No one is ever going to be better than Lita. No one is ever going to be better than Wendy Richter. No one's ever going to be better than the Fabulous Moolah. No one's ever going to be better than Chyna. It's hard to say. No one's ever going to be better than Mickie James. And, you know, no one's going to be better than Alundra Blaze, a.k.a. Medusa. No one's going to be better than either one of them. No one's going to be better than Jacqueline, all right? Jackie Moore. No one's going to be better than her. No one's going to be better than Luna or Sensational Sherry. And the list can go on and on. No one's going to be better than them. No one's going to be better than Molly Holly. All right? The list could go on and on and on. No one's going to be better than Gail Kim. So Nikki Bella better take back what she said, because that's really putting a lot of pressure on herself, her sister, and likes of Kelly and Eve and whoever else people consider not to be true diva material, or true women wrestling material just yet. But I do agree with Chris Jericho, because he's the one that said it doesn't matter how good they are, they're doing the best they can by going in there and busting their butts, busting their asses every night, day in and day out, night in and night out. You know, you got to give them credit there. Even though you may not like some of them, got to give them credit that they're going out and doing what they can. And this may sound crazy. This may sound crazy to people, but I think that's why people cheer Kelly. That's why they cheer her, because when she first started out, she was just a part of Extreme Expose. Now look at her. No one ever thought, somebody would look at Kelly and say, hey, she's never going to be diva material. She's not going to be women wrestling material. People would look at that and they'd say, no way. She'd never even be champion. And look where she is.